Feburary 27, 2022 update. Russia-Ukraine news live updates. Russia now has at least 50% of its massive invasion force inside Ukraine. Says Pentagon. Russia now has at least 50% of its massive invasion force inside Ukraine, but is making slow progress due to unexpectedly stiff resistance. A senior U.S. defense official said Saturday, "We would estimate that more than 50% of the Russian force that Mr. Putin had arrayed against Ukraine has been committed inside Ukraine," the official told reporters. Latest updates: at least 198 Ukrainians, including 3 children, have been killed as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The head of the Ukrainian Health Ministry was quoted by the Interfax news agency as saying on Saturday. He said 1,115 people were wounded, including 33 children. It was unclear whether he was referring only to civilian casualties. S&P lowered Russia's long-term foreign currency credit rating to BB+ from BBB, and warned it could lower ratings further after getting more clarity on the macroeconomic repercussions of the sanctions. "In our view, the sanctions announced to date could carry significant negative implications for the Russian banking sector's ability to act as a financial intermediary for international trade," S&P said. Russia vetoed a draft UN Security Council resolution on Friday that would have deplored Moscow's invasion of Ukraine, while China abstained from the vote, a move Western countries view as a win for showing Russia's international isolation. The United Arab Emirates and India also abstained from the vote on the US drafted text. The remaining 11 council members voted in favor. The draft resolution is now expected to be taken up by the 193-member UN General Assembly. Russian President Vladimir Putin is ready to send a Russian delegation to the Belarusian capital of Minsk for negotiations with Ukraine, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said. The Russian team will consist of representatives of the Defense Ministry, the Foreign Ministry and the Presidential Administration, Peskov added on Friday. Frequent artillery blasts could be heard in Kyiv coming from some distance from the city center. Russian troops attacked an army base located on a main avenue in Kyiv, but the assault was repelled. The Ukrainian military said. Russian President Vladimir Putin urged the Ukrainian military to overthrow leadership and negotiate peace. Ukraine and Russia are discussing a place and time for talks. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's spokesman Sergei Nikiforov said on social media. The White House said the United States would, in a rare but not unprecedented move, impose sanctions on Russian President Vladimir Putin and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The European Union and Canada are also imposing sanctions on Putin and Lavrov. Canada, the United States, Britain and the European Union said they could act to exclude Russia from the SWIFT global interbank payments system. The White House asked Congress to approve $6.4 billion in aid to address the humanitarian and security crisis. Ukraine said more than 1,000 Russian soldiers had been killed. Russia did not release casualty figures. The United Nations said 25 civilians had been killed and 102 wounded, figures that were likely to be a significant underestimate. None of the tolls could be independently verified. Ukraine's President Zelensky spoke to Biden about strengthening sanctions, defense assistance. NATO allies will provide more weapons to Ukraine and will make significant additional deployments of forces to the eastern part of the alliance. Moscow said its forces captured the strategic Hostomel aerodrome outside Kyiv and landed paratroopers in the area. This could not immediately be confirmed and the Ukrainian authorities reported heavy fighting there. The conflict could drive up to 5 million people to flee abroad, UN aid agencies said, adding that at least 100,000 people were uprooted and fuel, cash and medical supplies are running low. Ukraine said Russian warships shelled a Moldovan-flagged chemical tanker and a Panamanian-flagged cargo ship near Odessa.